there is a big problem in Chelsea right now. Now, mind you, we are going to be playing Nottingham Forest, which would be our first Premier League match after our second international break. But mind you, majority of our key players might not be 100% fit to be available against Forest. Now, in case if you don't know, Reece James were not called up in the international break due to a minor injury. And we all know that Enzo Maresca will not risk James against Forest because at the moment, Forest is not much of a threat, which Enzo Maresca might think. And we all know that Premier League teams can be unpredictable despite most team poor performance. Brighton performance were actually poor. Before Chelsea played Brighton, they were having just 5 points. But after they finished defeating Chelsea, they got 8 points. Now, what am I trying to say is that if we don't start the right players, then this Nottingham Forest game might be actually difficult for Chelsea. One of the reasons why we could win Liverpool is because of the fact that Enzo Maresca starts the right players in the squad. And even when we were about to draw the match, he bring in a super sub, he bring in a game changer. But currently now, this is another case entirely because majority of our key players are not fit. Now, these are the list of players that are not fit for Chelsea. Bandashili, he picked up an injury against Liverpool, but according to reports, they said that the injury is not that serious. But we all know how Bandashili's injury record is. Once this guy sustains an injury, it will take close to 3 to 6 months before this guy can fully return on the pitch. James is also not fit. And meanwhile, there is no updates concerning Reece James yet. Kopama will not be available till November. But personally for me, I think Kopama will be fully fit December because there is no updates on how serious the injury is. The next player that won't be available will be Enzo Fernandez because he picked up a minor setback in the international break. I believe that he is already at London currently, but I doubt that he is going to be fully fit to face Nottingham Forest. And we all know that Enzo Fernandez's performance have been poor throughout the season, and he actually picked up a good performance against Liverpool. So I doubt that he can fully come back to his best against Nottingham Forest. Now, the next on my list is the Stephen Williams. Now, he might be available to face Forest, but I'm not sure that he can start. In fact, we shouldn't pull up that Stephen Williams will start against Forest because if you observe, any of our players that is traveling from South America, after international break, those players might not be fully fit. You can see how Joao Pedro and Moises Caicedo perform against Brentford. So clearly, I doubt that Stephen Williams might be available against Forest. Now, I must warn you guys, don't expect that Nottingham Forest is going to be a very easy game for Chelsea. And like I said before, never you look down on any Premier League team despite their poor performance. Because against Nottingham Forest, most of our key players will not be in the match. So expect Chelsea to struggle in the entire game. So I believe that Chelsea can come up with a win and actually secure 3 points. Because at this time, the Premier League is definitely running. And if we don't run with the Premier League, then we'll be left behind. Now, when it comes to Chelsea's attack, personally for me, I would like to start Maguire as our striker. The reason for that is because Joao Pedro have not been productive in his last 5 games for Chelsea. Because at this point, Maguire is more reliable in the number 9 role more than Joao Pedro. He have the strength to actually drag with defender. And even if he doesn't touch the ball quite often, he still have the strength to pressure defense. That's why starting Maguire ahead of Joao Pedro is actually a good idea. Now, at the right wing, Pedro Neto need to start. Despite the fact that I prefer Stephen Williams on the right more than Pedro Neto. At this moment, it's a must for Pedro Neto to start. Then on the left-hand side, I think it would be quite fair to start Garnacho ahead of Jamie Gittins at this moment. But if Garnacho is not productive in the first half, then I think it would be a very fast and good move to bring in Jamie Gittins as soon as possible. Now, I think it's a must to start Fakayo Bononate against Nottingham Forest because currently now he is the only concrete and available number 10 in the squad right now. Despite the fact that Joao Pedro is also in number 10, I doubt that Enzo Maresca will play Joao Pedro in that role. Now, since I've already suggested that Enzo Fernandez might not be available, I think Malo Gusto can offer support to Moises Caicedo in the midfield. We all see how perfectly Malo Gusto contribution was crucial in the midfield against Liverpool. Because like I said before in my previous videos, if you put Malo Gusto in the defense, then he is definitely going to concede goals because he can't defend properly. But if you put him in the midfield, he is more productive. In fact, I think Malo Gusto is more productive in the midfield than Reece James. So starting Malo Gusto in the midfield to pair with Moises Caicedo is actually a great idea. Then Josh Ashipong can play right back since Reece James might not be available. And even if he is available, I don't think Enzo Maresca would want to risk Reece James in a match like that on Saturday, especially when we have Champions League in the upcoming week. Now, in the central defense, Chalobah is our number one man. Now, I see a lot of Chelsea fans making a statement that Chalobah's defense have been poor. He doesn't deserve to be in our defense lineup. Now, a lot of Chelsea fans normally forget so easily. There was a time last season when Levi Colwill was the number one man in our defense, but we were still struggling. We were still lacking in our defense. In fact, all our positions were quite okay, but our error was only in the defense because we were conceding goals. And Levi Colwill was actually making a lot of mistakes. But ever since Chalobah came back from loan from Crystal Palace, Levi Colwill automatically become a solid and reliable centre-back because we actually have another centre-back that can work quite well with Levi Colwill at that moment. Travis Chalobah's absence actually make Colwill to become a better defender in that period. And one of the reasons why Chalobah's performance have been poor in the defense is because there is no concrete centre-back that is pairing with Chalobah. Tosi have been poor. In fact, Tosi can't defend properly, and Wesley Fofana is not reliable too because he is injury prone. But you can see Chalobah against Benfica. There was no pressure. In fact, there was no error in our defense, if I'm not mistaken. And you can still see the match against Liverpool, despite the fact that Chalobah didn't play. Our defense made absolutely zero error. Even when we bring Joreato, the defense was still locked. And I believe that Joreato can still give us a solid performance against Nottingham Forest on Saturday. Now, we all know that Marco Cucurella is going to be starting as the left back. Now, what is your opinion on my lineup? Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. And if you like this video, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Chelsea updates. Now, I must ask, what is really going on with Cole Palmer? Reports keep coming out that Cole Palmer's injury is not that serious, but rather the injury keep persisting, in the sense that the injury keep coming, in the sense that recovery might take some while. But they don't want to indicate if it's a really serious or chronic injury. Because this injury have been disturbing Cole Palmer since August, ever since we played our second Premier League match. And currently now, they are saying that Cole Palmer is likely going to miss 4 matches. And mind you, they are not even confirmed yet if Cole Palmer can still be available in November, because there is no constant update concerning his situation at the moment. Personally, for me, I think Cole Palmer might be available December. Or better still, if at the end it went out to be a serious injury, then we might expect Cole Palmer to be available next year. So Chelsea fans, what is your thoughts on Cole Palmer's injury? Because personally for me, I'm kind of confused. Ever since when Cole Palmer came to Chelsea, he have never had a persistent injury like this before. So what really is the problem concerning this injury? Now, speaking about injury, there is still no update on confirmation about Delap and when he is going to return. We don't even know if he will be coming back November, because that was the expected date that we'll be expecting Delap. But ever since his sustained injury against Fulham, the story about Delap have been absent. Same goes with Levi Colwill. But personally for me, I just hope Delap can come back before December so that he can help us in the attack. Because at the moment, Joao Pedro needs a break. He needs to relax. So Chelsea fans, what is your opinion on Chelsea injury crisis? Let me hear your opinion in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe. See you guys on my next video.